last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Moebius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Saraphan, Kain. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Saraphan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are open, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Saraphan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more apt.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
Well, this is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Moebius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Moebius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel? No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
You two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Saraphan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Saraphan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Saraphan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Saraphan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then, but consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Saraphan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how, I had not yet discovered.
Okay, hello and welcome to Soul Reaver 2, The Legacy of Kain. That's a hell of an intro right there. Now I gotta remember how the bloody controls work. It's been a long time since... Ah, shit. Alright, now I remember why those are around that way. Alright, give me a moment. Controls... configure... no wait, that's keyboard. Gamepad, there we go. Crouch. Look around, should be that one then. Alright, back. Back, sound, 3, good. Now if I do this, there we go. That works better. But only bloody slightly. So yeah, I've been waiting to do this game for a long fucking time. Excuse me. Bloody inverted left and right for some fucking reason. Like, right here. Right trigger takes me left. Left trigger takes me right. How fucked up is that? See, I've been waiting to do this for a long fucking time. This game is one of my most favorite damn games in history. Right here. If I can remember... There we go. Gotta get back into the swing of it. So yeah, I pretty much decided I wanted to upload and record this game on my birthday. Problem was, we still have no fucking internet after having moved. So we still have no internet, and, well, sadly, I can't upload this game. Because, like I said, no fucking internet, so it's my birthday today being the 23rd. And, well, it just fucking blows, doesn't it? Fucker. I gotta get back into the dodging and attacking moves. As well as blocking is one of them. But yeah, this game is a PlayStation 2 game. Pretty old one overall. But like, it's still my most favorite damn game series ever. It's like, this is like one of the main games that really got me into the reason for playing video games, this right here. And if people didn't know, the thing I like the most about video games is the story that goes into them. You know, it's like my favorite part about games is just the story that people make. And this by far has the most in-depth, badass story I've ever played. That just makes it, like I said, one of my most favorite fucking games ever. Not to mention the combat is also pretty good as well. It's like, I haven't played a game that's beaten this one for story. Like, Halo?
I discovered evidence of my former nobility.
Halo comes close.
Life as a Saraphan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Uh-oh! Shit. That's right. Like, there's an actual attack, heavy and light attack system. Like, if you're blocking, heavy attacks will break it, light attacks won't, you know, that kind of good old classic thing. And then you use souls from the dead enemies and in the spectral realm, and we haven't been in the spectral realm just as of yet. But we will eventually. I believe after we kill these guys we have to go to the spectral realm to get through a grate. The heavy attacks are different depending on the weapon, of course. But this game has some seriously long cutscenes though, which are not that bad because the gameplay in between is actually pretty long as well. Not all the cutscenes are long, I might add. But still, like I said, this story is that fucking good, you don't mind that the cutscenes are long. And here we go into the spectral realm. And in the spectral, only in the spectral realm can you pass through barriers like, or more or less grates. And in the spectral realm you can replenish your health by getting the souls, Also, when you die in the material realm, you actually, when you die there, you go to the spectral realm, and then if you die in the spectral realm, it's game over.
I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Moebius a powerful advantage over his enemies.
Damn right it does.
I finally understood how Moebius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Well, you'll learn that quite a bit later in the game. Now, at the moment, the Soul Reaver has one fundamental weakness. You take damage, it disappears. Like, the Soul Reaver is only there when you have full health. Which kinda sucks. So you gotta be real careful or you'll lose it. Now, the first time I ever came into this room, I got so fucking lost because I didn't know where the hell I meant to go. Like, these did not look like a fucking door at the time. And I got so confused.
A strange sensation crept over me. An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Moebius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Moebius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long dormant spirit was now fully aroused, and for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control.
What have you done to me, Moebius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Moebius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless. yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Saraphan in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the wheel of fate demands it.
What did you say?
The wheel of fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Moebius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Saraphan priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
So yeah, you pretty much do that by double tapping circle. I really do love this game. Like, you don't get story as in-depth as this. As I was saying earlier, the only game that could probably come close to this game is Halo. Like with richness and story and badassery. Well, Halo and Warcraft, probably. It'd be the only ones that can come close to this game's
So this was
powerful backstory.
Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villages below. His reign of terror ended when the Saraphan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Saraphan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Saraphan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
There's so much that I want to talk about with this game. One big thing is this right here. But I can't because that'd be big fucking spoilers. Big ass spoilers, and I just want to talk about so much stuff with this, but I gotta hold it, so I can't. Kinda sucks a little, but... But yeah, you pretty much use the reaver, like, until you can... Like, if you've got no weapon or you've got, like, full health, is like the main time that you really use the reaver. Ah, fuck. Hey, how the hell did you hit me there? So you mainly use the reaver, like I said, until you can get another weapon, at which point you use that to get your health back. It's pretty much the way you really want to do it. But only during this intro part is there a lot of conversation. Like, it slows down later on in the game, but really it's just laying backstory and stuff to the game at the moment.
How my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Saraphan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here. And and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Saraphan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become, and a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
Alright, time to kill some bitches. These enemies suck the most because they'll do a wide area of effect heavy attack, which really fucking sucks. See, that one's easy to dodge because they only do straight, but it's an attack like that that does like all the way in front. That's the hard one to dodge. Let's see if that other soul... Damn it. So I could get both souls, but I think the other one dispersed. Yeah, the other one got away. Alright, now where's that fucking door? Alright, I came in through there. Oh, note the symbol on the ground. It's a symbol of eternity. The snake eating its own tail. Well, not so much eternity, but a symbol for an endless cycle, pretty much. As far as I remember anyway, I think it's the symbol for a never-ending cycle, I believe. Pretty ominous though for this game. You'll understand why, and basically at the end of the game, why that symbol is right there. Because I gotta get to the end of the game, and that could take a while. Yeah, it could indeed take a while. I'm gonna try and keep all of the Saraphan Keep, which is this area here, with all the story and stuff. I'm gonna try and keep that as one single episode. Along with the intro and stuff, of course, because this is a big one, so I'm gonna try and keep all of this as one. Well, basically all the way up to the first save point anyway. Will be one episode.
And for the first time,
which at this point looks like about half an hour.
its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality. And I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Kain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Well, considering we learned that the overall destruction and death of Nosgoth isn't actually Kain's fault. Oh, partially his fault, but not completely. But we learned that later on.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Again, another symbol of eternity kind of thing there, with the snake eating its own tail. Now I know the sideways 8 is infinity. The symbol for infinity is the sideways 8, so I think this is like a symbol for eternity. Like I said, I don't entirely remember, but I think that's what it is. That is the wrong door. But damn, this is some dark fucking water. That should be... Yep, there we go. Should be over this way. You're gonna have to go to the surface just to confirm. Come on, up there it is, over this way. There are some parts that are really bad with the puzzling of water. water puzzles that come later and they suck.
These
But
ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence.
they'll take a
Simply
while.
touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Yeah, basically a save point, but I like how they describe what the save point is. It's actually pretty cool. Because I have to use the bloody mouse to save. Oh, come on, it didn't crash again, did it? Well, that's not good. Oh, no, thank God. I was a little worried there for a moment. Whew. Alright, so yeah, I'm not sure if I want to stop here or not because I got other stuff that I want to record. Yeah. Well, I've recorded Shadow Replay. I haven't recorded Mass Effect or Warhammer yet. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna stop here. I can record some more stuff tomorrow. You know, because no internet. I hope you enjoyed this one episode, because like I said, this will be a nice big long one because it's got a lot of story and information in it. So I'll be recording some more of this tomorrow. So until then, later!